Okay, let's do the procedure. Block. This is first what I do. So let's see the game review if it's correct.
So Vladimir Kramnik is on a mission to catch all the cheaters. He's even got a standard operating procedure for how to deal with a chess cheat. Now, who is this madman who would dare to cheat against Vladimir Kramnik in Title Tuesday, the most prestigious weekly online chess event in round 10 of the early edition? Well, his name is Mahdi. I told you he was mad. Gholami Orimi. He's an Iranian international master, not yet a GM. He's 21, 22 years old, born in 2002, depends when his birthday is. And as you saw there, all will be revealed at the end. Is this guy cheating according to Game Review? Kramnik didn't care. He was off on the block before even waiting for the review. What will it tell us? Well, in this game, Kramnik's opponent kicks off with d4. We get knight f6, c4, e6, and we go back into a standard queen's gambit declined here. The exchange variation, pawn recaptures and bishop g5, the standard line. The clock times are on the left here, by the way, and I've figured out how to flip the board. There's no flip button in the bottom right, but Control X, keyboard shortcut, will flip the board. Awesome. So, c6 played by Kramnik here, and now we get e3, which is the standard Carlsbad pawn structure. Queen c2 is an alternative line. You'll see why I mentioned that one, because after this structure gets set up, Kramnik goes bishop f5, second most popular move, with the first one being bishop e7. Now what black's saying here is, fine, you doing this, you've let me have a tasty diagonal, I'm taking it, but this is the theoretical follow-up that white plays. You hit that bishop, it drops back, and then you smash everything up here. Queen takes his best. The pawn structure's a mess, but black has the bishops. But white, for their part, is going to try and, excuse me, dominate this f5 square, make this bishop look a bit silly if possible. And Magnus Carlsen once won a stunning positional game against Kramnik in this very variation. I looked it up, it was Norway 2016, and I'll link that one below in case you want to peruse afterwards. Now knight d7 is the main move here, but Kramnik goes a5, and he, generally speaking, starts playing fast and loose here with the pieces. So knight h4, standard idea for white. More about eyeing this square than it is about taking the bishop and repairing the pawn structure. Bishop e7, main move, but Kramnik goes bishop b4, and it's a little bit strange because rook c1 covers that knight. Now we get knight d7, a3, and the bishop just drops back. I can understand it coming here if you wanted to take, or if you needed to castle the king and you just wanted to get your bishop out of the way, but Kramnik's wasting time here. Knight e2 played. Very standard maneuver in this structure. Could be coming to g3 to look here, or to f4. So Kramnik now plays this move of f5, not forced. He could have gone knight b6, look for some stuff over here. Just generally start trying to play on that queen side. But he opens up the bishop. Bit of a cheapo, but also the point that it drives that knight back. However, now there's some weak squares here, of course, and now again Kramnik goes for a dubious plan with rook a6. Bishop h5, a more logical move. Eliminate one of these knights, forced, that's a bad bishop. Now we get knight f4, however, opens the bishop, attacking the rook. It slides to b6, rook c2, covers the attack on the pawn. Now bishop d6, pressuring this knight. g3 adds some cover. We get king e7 and pawn h4. Look at that horrible bishop. You wish you played bishop h5 earlier instead of rook a6, which was absolutely the top move. But okay, this is where we find ourselves. This is a big threat now to trap the bishop. h5 is horrendous from a positional point of view. You turn that into a big pawn. So we see takes, best move, G recaptures, now bishop h5. You'd love to eliminate this knight. Any strong player is going to instantly move that one away. You know, you don't want to let it be chopped off. It's a closed position. Knights maneuver better. And how bad is this piece? Especially as we're going to see. So knight f6 now played. Looking at e4 potentially. f3 covers and blunts this bishop some more. Knight e8 now from Kramnik, manoeuvring. We see rook g1 taking the open file. Knight d6, now bishop d3, and f5 is pressured. That weakened pawn. Rook g5 may be on the cards. So h6 from Kramnik. He wants to cover that invasion square. He's just getting a bit down on the clock. We see king f2, king f6, pawn b3, stopping any knight jumps. I mean, such a pleasant pawn structure for white, and space advantage to an extent. You know, 3 on the 4th rank versus, oh crap, there's 3 black ones as well. Now I look stupid. Anyway, white's got a great game. So rook e8 from Kramnik. He takes the half open file. Rook c5 pressures this a5 pawn. That was another point of b3. The rook didn't have to babysit. Now it can go on the offensive. Rook a8 covers the attack on the pawn, and now this is great. What does white do here to turn the screw? Well, e4. Steamrolling through the centre, e5 check, a huge threat to win a knight here. So Kramnik takes, undoubles the white pawns. Look at this trio of dragons here coming down the board, and now Kramnik plays a poor move, but it's a really tough position because the pawns are rolling. So he should apparently go king e6, but it's still terrible. He takes the pawn, allows this bishop to drop because yes, you just laterally opened up some nastiness, and the king is cut, so this is coming. Kramnik wins back the piece, but check. The king drops back, rook e1 check, king d7 to stay with the knight, which is of course pressured, and now this is a brutal tactic to finish the game. Do pause if you want to look for the move, and as a bonus we've even got live footage of Kramnik's opponent playing the move. This photo was snapped during the title Tuesday. Fantastic stuff. Now what's the move for white here? Well, yes, it's found. Kramnik's IM opponent taking him to the cleaners with rook takes on d6, check. After recaptures, knight c4 is the hammer blow. This king steps back to stay with the rook, but now check. And this is where Kramnik is forced to, well, he doesn't resign actually. His clock runs down. Maybe he should be reported for bad sportsmanship. Now, what's the problem? Well, after the king steps back, yes, you counter-attack the rook, but after takes, this is of course the sting at the end of the tail. It's a double rook sacrifice or blunder. Game is of course entirely lost. And this is Kramnik's reaction to all this, plus how he then did the game review to finish things off.
Okay, let's do the procedure. Block. This is first what I do. So let's see the game review, if it's correct. I would give 98.3. Oh, very good. 98.3. Everything was a pleasure.
Now that is a high accuracy. Read into it what you will, right? I'm not reading anything out of this. The problem basically though with Vladimir Kramnik is regardless of if people are cheating against him or not, he's just completely lost all his credibility, right? It's the boy who cried wolf. As we saw in this game, he's literally blocking the guy before he's even done the game review or processed the game for more than 5 seconds. No, it's just pure emotional state, block, report, cheater, must be. I mean, it's just madness to me. Anyway, I do enjoy this stuff for the drama. I hope you do too. Please let me know your comments down below. I'll try and get back to everyone as much as I can. And apologies if you've left me a comment. I've not yet got to it. It's tough when your friends keep inviting you out for drinks, right? Thanks a lot, and I'll be back with another Title Tuesday later on. Cheers.